Hey everybody, it's Chris Lennon here. A lot of you know that I've got this other life that involves driving cars really, really fast. I've done race car driving for about 20 years now, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how do you take a fast race car and make it even quicker using some technology you might not really think is the way to do it. Um, so let's kind of talk about that. The car we're talking about is in a lot of the pictures you'll see behind me here. So these are pictures of the car throughout the years, and you'll see it's had a lot of different looks, but it generally looks like an old Porsche. Looks can be deceiving, however. So we ran with this car for many years on many different race circuits, including the Pikes International Hill Climb, but others as well, as a traditional race car with an internal combustion motor. However, we decided to change that up a couple of years ago, and in order to go faster, we took a kind of an innovative approach, and I'm going to walk you over here to where the car actually is and show you what we did. So as a lot of you know, and it's probably best to go back here and show you the whole car. So, old looking 911, right? Looks kind of like a race car. But if you look in the back here, it's a little bit different. Where the engine normally is in the 911, we have motors instead, and those look a little bit different, don't they? What they are electric motors, and there are actually 8 of them in the car. You can see the rearmost 4 there, and there's another 4 right in front of those. These are actually motors from Zero Motorcycles, and a bunch of their really smart guys got in touch with me a few years ago and said, if you want to make the car a lot faster, here's a way to do it. Let's electrify it, and let's put a bunch of our electric motorcycle motors in the back of the car. And so here's what we've ended up with. So that's the business end of it, but if you want to see kind of how all this works, there's a ton of wiring, which if we get down in here, you'll see a whole bunch of wiring here, a whole bunch of orange cabling. A lot of copper, a lot of weight in copper in the car. So I'll give you another look here of the mess that's in there at the moment. What you're looking at is wiring going back to what are called controllers, which are more or less power inverters. We have batteries that are direct current, and these motors in the back are alternating current. So you need to switch from DC to AC. And in order to do that, you've got these inverters, controllers, whatever you want to call them. And you might wonder, where are the batteries in the car? And how many batteries does it require? Well, if we look in the front of the car here, you'll see that there are a bunch of batteries. There's 2 of them in the front here. You see the really thick cabling that takes the power back from those. And then in the passenger compartment, where you might have a passenger normally, we've got 2 more batteries. So those are 4, what they call them are battery monoliths, and they put out, people say, well, it must be a high voltage system. It isn't. It's 110 volts, but you'd be surprised at how many amps this is. It's 4,000 amps. So it's a ton of amperage going from 4 batteries back to 8 motors in the back of the car, and the result is a really fast race car, and a car that looks old on the outside. The body is about 50 years old, believe it or not. It's actually a little bit more than that. But everything inside it, as you can see, is very young. It's a year or 2 old. So hope that gives you just a quick look at a different perspective on electric vehicles. And we kind of think this is the future of hot rodding. That a lot of people will be going in this direction in the future, and we're kind of pioneers in it and kind of proud of it. So hope you enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of the show.